My humble ultramarine army is comprised mostly from a couple starter sets. The push-fit sculpts are perfect for this, but it is missing some of the classical options available to a Space Marine tactical squad. The new additions are slowly phasing out the iconic tactical squad, but I wanted to have some minis modeled with special and heavy weapons, especially the heavy bolter. I already have some options for my melta-gunners, plasma gunners, and flamers. In fact, I barely run flamers. In my Imperial Army days, I always fought Terminators, Orc Knobs, Bikers, Marines. That's where plasma and melta were king. For right now, I'm only going to need the odd flamer here or there for a squad. I have the rest of this Infernus unit still on sprue from a Getting Started box, and I can't ever imagine running 5 flamers in the games that we play. That leaves a few extra bodies to play around with. I already put this torso together off camera before deciding to make this video. After searching through my bits bin, I found some old metal heavy weapons parts. And here it is, the heavy bolter. It's not that I don't like the new modernized weapons that Primaris carry, but it's just that these scream 5th edition. That's the edition that I started playing. Again, I started this project before committing to filming, so I already decided to trim the push-fit parts and pin the metal bits to the plastic bodies. This isn't a full tutorial on pinning metal models, but I'll share the tools that you'll need. I use some trimmers, a pin vise, super glue, and I also use an accelerator, and of course, metal paper clips. To pin a metal or plastic model, you'll have to drill little holes on either of your parts. Insert a bit of paper clip and then glue it in place. This gives you some physical bonding and more surface area for the super glue to latch onto. As you can see here, I also pinned the hand on the heavy bolter as well. In this shot, you can actually see that I got all the pieces to dry fit. Oh, never mind. The Marine torso is attached to a plastic cup ready to prime. I'm also going to prime and paint each of these parts separately, so I super glue each metal part to a wooden stir stick, using a little accelerator to help with the bond. I'm not using the spray part, just a little dab will do ya. I learned this trick from someone on YouTube years ago. When I'm done, I'll stick them to this block of foam. Outside, they'll be primed with Macragge Blue, perfect for Ultramarines. As they dry, let's keep flipping through the 6th edition codex. This is obviously before the range refresh, and I just love these Midhammer sculpts. This is when I was really starting to first get into 40k. I have the bit for this guy as well, but a plasma cannon is such an expensive upgrade, I doubt that I'll ever run it. And over here we can see a multi-melta. It's not the same one, and I'm missing the backpack, but I have plenty of these eradicators to stand in. And keep an eye out for this video in the future. I'm still on the lookout for these missile launcher bits. With the parts back inside the workshed, we could finally finish. I usually follow the painting guides from Games Workshop, but I'm a lot more sloppy. I start with washing the Mini with watered down Basilicanum Gray. This is that new contrast paint. Before I brighten up the armor pieces, I decide to paint the Aquila and the trim on the shoulder pads. And this is the part of the video where I realize that I'm actually terrible at painting on camera. This takes some real talent, which I know I don't have yet. I think it's important to show my process still. I know a lot of people, myself included, get a lot of anxiety about painting our miniatures. Speaking of which, off camera, I block in the black on the heavy bolter. It's finally time to snap off the metal parts from the wood stir sticks. I noticed that there's some extra glue buildup in the holes that I drilled, so I cleaned those out with the pin vise. With super glue, I fixed the rest of the parts together. I drip in a little bit of accelerator just to make sure it really sets. All together now, it looks pretty good actually. These old sculpts from the mid-2000s mixed in with these new Primaris sculpts, they actually fit and scale pretty well. I'm kind of shocked. Now here comes the big question. Will they blend? Placing him among his compatriots, I can notice a few differences. The shoulder pad is a bit lower than the others, but that's kind of minuscule. Hey, that's actually a really good name for a YouTube channel. When he's placed in with the rest of the tactical squad, he fits in pretty well. For my opponents, 3 feet away on a table, it's very clear to see that this is a heavy weapon. These are, after all, wargame tokens. Away from the camera, I finished cleaning up the rest of the model, adding silver and a few washes. It's not great, but not terrible. He's tabletop battle ready. And that's really all I can ask of my miniatures. Together now, the whole squad looks great, with a little set dressing, and they're ready for the next battle for the 500 Worlds campaign. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll bounce back and forth between some hobby videos and battle reports for the next couple ones. If you haven't seen that battle report yet, the second company Ultramarines made planetfall against the world of Mortendar in the Macragge system, against a horde of Night Lords and Chaos Space Marines. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.